lame-ass LeBron-Michael Jordan debate, which is lame. I've said it for years. The only people talk about LeBron and Michael is people on television who got no talent to talk about anything else. I've been saying that for years.
Charles Barkley just destroyed ESPN's entire LeBron agenda with 6 words. And what he exposed about their decade-long manipulation of the GOAT debate will make you question everything you've been told about LeBron versus Jordan.
Did you have Bron in your top 10?
He's 7 after Kobe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it's so funny. I had an argument with a dude. He's the biggest LeBron fan in the world. And I says, yo, man, I didn't put Steve Nash ahead of LeBron. No disrespect. I put Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
I said, and I love LeBron.
What's good, NBA family? Charles Barkley just went nuclear on ESPN and exposed the truth about how they've been manipulating the LeBron versus MJ debate for years. And when you hear what Richard Jefferson, Michelle Beadle, and even NBA players are now revealing about ESPN's LeBron obsession, you'll understand why this debate was rigged from the start. Brian Windhorst is getting called out. Stephen A. Smith is in damage control mode. And LeBron himself? He's so rattled, he's attacking everyone in the media. Before we expose this scandal, hit that subscribe button if you think ESPN has been lying to us about the GOAT debate. Charles Barkley just dropped the bomb that ESPN doesn't want you to hear. On the Bill Simmons podcast, Chuck exposed exactly what's wrong with the LeBron propaganda machine.
And you know, but that's the only thing I don't like about LeBron and his guys. They're like, if you don't say he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, they hate you.
Treason. Thinking out that word, Barkley is saying LeBron and his camp have created a cult where questioning his greatness is forbidden. But Chuck wasn't done. He went even deeper. It's really sad, and it pisses me off when it happens. Most of these young punks in the public, they never saw Michael Jordan play. They definitely didn't see Kareem or Bill Russell play. But for some reason, this generation says I'm being blasphemous.
And it pisses me off when it happens too, but yo, man, it's just people's opinion. Because first of all, most of these young punks today in the public, they never saw Michael Jordan play.
Right.
They never, most of them never saw Kobe play. They definitely didn't see Kareem or Bill Russell play. But for some reason, this generation, you're being blasphemous saying LeBron.
You hear that? ESPN's talking heads are lying about a player they never even watched. They're comparing LeBron to ghosts they've only seen in YouTube highlights. And here's the kicker. Charles knows exactly why they do it. These analysts aren't giving honest opinions. They're auditioning for LeBron's approval. They're trying to get invited to his podcast, his business ventures, his inner circle.
That he's reminding folks what superstars are supposed to be. Your talent is your talent, and we get that. But the passion, the competitive fervor, the willingness to accept and embrace center stage, understanding that it could very well be about you and you're answering the call. The greatest compliment that I could give LeBron James this morning is that Michael Jordan will always be my number one. That's just where I stand, and I've never budged on it. But it's gotten to the point where I literally am siding with you, JJ, from the standpoint, we don't even need to have this discussion. The level of greatness that this man continues to put on display, the level of appreciation that we all should have for him warrants us not having this discussion and literally just sitting back and embracing and enjoying the moments that he's providing.
Let me expose how deep this conspiracy goes. Remember The Decision in 2010? ESPN literally sold their journalistic soul for a LeBron special. They handed over editorial independence to James, let him pick his own interviewer, Jim Gray, and it was widely cited as gross violations of journalistic ethics.
Man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
But that was just the beginning. ESPN created something called the Heat Index, an entire web page dedicated to a team that hadn't even played a game yet. Not for the defending champions, not for historic franchises, but for LeBron's new super team. Michelle Beadle, who worked at ESPN for 10 years, just confirmed what we all suspected. Listen to what she revealed on Mad Dog Sports Radio. I worked there. We had to just always talk about the Lakers. It's brain-numbing, formulated bullshit. There were days it was like, how are we forcing a story about this?
There was a large and loud contingent of people when Russell Westbrook was chasing the triple-double record, and it was sort of stat padding towards the end, and they were like, this is fake history, this is manufactured history. Russell Westbrook made it to the league on his own and did all that by himself. If this isn't manufactured, then I don't know what the word manufactured means. But, again, I am not impressed, and I thought this was so ridiculous.
Forced stories. Manufactured narratives. This isn't journalism, it's propaganda. And the numbers prove it. When ESPN polled fans in 2020, 73% said Jordan was the GOAT, and MJ swept all 17 questions comparing him to LeBron. But you'd never know that watching ESPN's coverage. Even LeBron himself is exposing ESPN's fake coverage. He just went on Pat McAfee and destroyed Brian Windhorst.
Like I seen Brian Windhorst on one of these shows not too long ago. Like a
Wendy.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right? He was on your high
Yeah,
school
this
team.
guy was like, says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird.
Weird. LeBron is calling out his own media puppets. Windhorst has made an entire career following LeBron from Akron to Miami to Cleveland to LA, acting like they're best friends when LeBron doesn't even like him. This is the same Windhorst who ESPN pays to go on TV every day and tell you LeBron is the GOAT. But here's what nobody talks about. Windhorst never covered Jordan in his prime. He was in high school when Jordan won his last championship, yet ESPN presents him as an expert on comparing eras he never witnessed. Richard Jefferson just obliterated the entire narrative. When Barkley blamed LeBron for creating super teams, Jefferson reminded everyone of an inconvenient truth. Charles joined the Houston Rockets with Hakeem Olajuwon, and then they recruited Scottie Pippen. So how are we going to forget all our NBA history? Come on, Charles. Boom. Even Barkley tried to form a super team to beat Jordan. But here's the difference. When Chuck's super team failed, the media didn't spend the next decade making excuses. They didn't create special segments called the Barkley Index. They didn't hire journalists whose only job was to follow Charles around. And Jefferson knows the real truth about ESPN's bias. He played with LeBron. He's seen how the media protects him, how they spin every loss into somehow making him greater.
And when it was time to be normal, could he be normal?
Yeah, 100%. You know, look, I've seen Bron get emotional when the season's over because of wins and losses.
Yeah.
We won the championship, emotional. You lose in the finals the next year, emotional. And I say that because he cares about winning more important. When people are like, oh, he's fine out in LA, he came, I was like, no, he didn't. Have y'all not been watching this man for 20 plus years? This man wants to win at all times. He is a very big camaraderie guy. It's Halloween parties, it's dinners every night. But no, Bron is a great teammate.
The LeBron-media relationship is collapsing. Stephen A. Smith and LeBron are in a public war because even Stephen A., who's been carrying water for LeBron for years, finally told the truth about Bronny James. And LeBron confronted him at a Lakers game. But here's what Stephen A. admitted when he thought nobody was paying attention. Last time I checked, LeBron James has a media company. He wore number 23 imitating Jordan, inviting those comparisons. And then, when we pointed out what was lacking, we were hating.
His comment was, if they lose this game, I'll walk to Los Angeles. And I immediately got on the horn to our producer. Check out how many miles it is. And how long it would take.
There it is. LeBron wanted the Jordan comparisons when he thought he could win them. He wore 23. He called himself the Chosen One. He tattooed Chosen One on his back. But when the comparisons didn't go his way, suddenly everyone's a hater. If you're sick of ESPN's propaganda, type "Jordan is the real GOAT" in the comments. Let's show them the real fans know the truth. Even with all of ESPN's propaganda, they can't fool the players. The Athletic's latest poll is devastating for the LeBron narrative. In 2019, Jordan had 73% of players saying he's the GOAT, compared to LeBron's 11.9%. Even in 2023, after years of ESPN brainwashing, Jordan still leads 58.3% to 33%. And these are current players, many who played with LeBron. They've seen him up close, and they're still picking Jordan. Even Draymond Green tried to say LeBron was better because MJ wasn't winning with Matthew Dellavedova, but that's a lie.
My top five is LJ number 1, MJ number 2, Kobe number 3, Steph number 4, and Shaq number 5.
You got Bron first.
Because what Bron has done. Bron started in 03. By 2005, Bron was the best player in the NBA. In 2020, he was still the best player in the NBA. When you look at the teams that Bron has carried to championship, they didn't beat the greatest team ever assembled, nor did he run up against the greatest team ever assembled.
Jordan won with guys like Luke Longley and Bill Wennington. The difference? Jordan made them better instead of needing more help. Want to know the real reason ESPN pushes LeBron? Follow the money. ESPN charges the highest retransmission fee of any cable network, $4.69 per subscriber, nearly 5 times more than the next channel. They need controversy to justify those prices. LeBron generates clicks. His Decision special drew 10 million viewers. His drama sells. So ESPN creates fake debates, manufactured controversies, and endless coverage because that's what keeps people watching. Remember when Barkley said the NBA was trying to force superstars before LeBron? He said, in the old days, they didn't make you, you made yourself. But with LeBron, ESPN decided to make him the GOAT through sheer repetition. They hired writers like Bill Simmons, who openly hate the Lakers but suddenly love LeBron. They created shows that talk about LeBron every single day, even in the off-season. They turned sports journalism into the LeBron James marketing department. You know what's telling? Michael Jordan has never begged for GOAT recognition. When asked about the debate, he defers to legends like Russell and Kareem. He doesn't have media companies pushing his narrative. He doesn't need talking heads defending him 24/7. Jordan let his game do the talking. 6-0 in finals, 5 MVPs, 10 scoring titles. Never lost when it mattered most. No super team formation, no leaving when it got tough. No demanding trades or crying for more help. And here's the ultimate proof. Despite ESPN's decade of propaganda, despite having media members whose entire careers depend on LeBron being the GOAT, despite all the forced narratives and manufactured debates, the majority still says Jordan is better. Even ESPN's own poll from 2020 showed fans destroying their narrative. Jordan won every category. But they buried those results and kept pushing their agenda. Charles Barkley just did what nobody at ESPN has the balls to do. He told the truth. The LeBron versus Jordan debate isn't a real debate. It's a media creation designed to generate ratings, clicks, and money. ESPN has spent over a decade trying to convince you that 4-6 is better than 6-0, that forming super teams is better than beating them, that needing more help makes you greater than someone who elevated scrubs to champions. But the truth is breaking through. Players are speaking out. Former ESPN employees are exposing the bias. Even LeBron himself is melting down because he knows the propaganda isn't working anymore. Michael Jordan is the GOAT, not because ESPN says so, but because reality says so. 6 rings, 5 MVPs, never lost in the finals, never needed to team up with his rivals, never cried for more help, never had media companies manufacturing his greatness. Charles Barkley exposed it all. The LeBron GOAT campaign is built on lies, manipulation, and media members who never even saw Jordan play trying to rewrite history for clicks and access. Drop a fire emoji if you're done with ESPN's fake narratives. Share this video before they try to bury the truth. And remember, no amount of media manipulation can change the facts. The propaganda is crumbling. The truth is winning. And Charles Barkley? He's the hero we needed to finally end this fake debate once and for all. Until next time, NBA family, stay woke to the media lies and never let them tell you what you saw with your own eyes isn't real.